sense walking down when you can slide.
What's with Canada? We got great big cities, but a lot of trees and rocks. Yeah, the winter's cold here. Wear 2 pairs of socks. There's half the world's fresh water to paddle your canoe or camp along the shore.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Gerald, and this is Trekking with Taz. Today we are going to Dunster, British Columbia, and we're hiking the Dunster Trail to Bob Lake. I consider this trail one of the most beautiful day hikes you will find in the Robson Valley. This trail is steep and strenuous with an elevation gain of well over 4,000 feet. Having said that, the views at the top are worth every inch that you walk going up that hill. Very, very beautiful. All kinds of views, all kinds of directions. We'll get into it later, but yeah, there's just not a bad view up there. This is my 5th or 6th trip up there, and the one that I did the latest in the year this time, and it's totally different from everything I've seen before. We will circumnavigate the lake and climb the ridge in behind it and get a great view of the Roche Valley and another valley that's back there. You'll see what else is available back in there. The pictures you will be looking at while listening to this will be pictures from previous trips up there. I had my big camera up there and got some really great pictures, so we'll use them for this. One thing to be noted is the steep trail is always slippery. There's a lot of moss on it. It always seems to be damp, and underneath the moss is rocks, so you can't hurry down. You got to take your time going down, pick your footing, or you will have a slip, slide, fall. So be careful on the trail. It's going to be long, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get on with this beautiful hike. I hope you enjoy it.
On our way for our Dunster hike, and the sky is tremendous. It's about as nice as it gets, so we thought we'd get a little bit of it on the way there. Maybe we'll get some with the mountains, but we might lose it before we get there. Well, here we are at the trailhead for Dunster. So where we're headed, you can see on that map, is to Bob Lake and Uncle Tom's cabin there. And then we'll probably do a ridge line around the lake as well. So here we are. You can see up there in the trees, Dunster Recreational Trail sign. And just up where you see Penny the dog, there's a trail marker. It says trail, so you'll find it very easily. And you'll start climbing right away. We're just about 40 minutes in. It's been a pretty steady climb. Not sure how far we've come, but 2 kilometers is where the lookout is. We're just taking a little breath, or I am. Whew, she's steady uphill on this one. This is kind of the first flattish spot in a while, but we're doing good. Now we're just about to the lookout. Got this last little steep climb to do. Then we'll have a short break before we carry on. But she's a climb all the way up here. It's not a free ride. Well, here we are up at the lookout. Over there is Groenveld. Over there is the Stone Arch. You can see the whole Robson Valley down below. Beautiful. And if you walk out to the ledge, you can see where we are here. Big cliff face. Over here are some of the other ridges in behind. I don't know what they're called, but they look like somebody should climb up them and check them out. Have to put that on the agenda to try and find a way up onto them. Other than that, it's about another 2 kilometers to where it starts flattening out, and we can get down to Bob Lake from there. So we've got another stint just like the one we just did. And then we'll be where we want to go. Adventure Dog looks like she's already ready. Are you already ready, Adventure Dog?
He's ready.
Well, there you go. We're circling around a bit of a hill here, and then we'll climb again. We're probably got 1.25 kilometers of uphill left to do, Well, before we start flattening out a bit. There's Mark walking into the sun. We're finally breaking out in a little bit of an open. It's pretty cool. So we broke out in the open a little bit. Got a view again. Oh, I think that's Mount Robson right there. Pretty sure of it.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, pretty sure there's Mount Robson. We'll see it better from up top, but yeah, there we are. And we're going way up in behind that peak over there. I don't know if you can see it in the GoPro because of the sun, but what all you can see, but we're up quite a ways now. Yeah, we're up a little over 4 kilometers, and this is what we're starting to see from up there. Of course, it's Mount Robson. Wicked. Yeah, we're to the point now we're not climbing so hard. See, the first 4 kilometers will certainly get you thinking, but now we're mellowed out. We'll open up a little bit more. This is what we're seeing up here. That's Stone Arch over there. Over there. Groenveld up here. Of course, Mount Robson, I already told you that. Pretty nice. And the higher we get, the nicer it's going to get. There's more peaks coming out from behind. Well, we're just going to drop down into what we call a ferry draw to go up towards the lake. But this is what we're looking at here. Gorgeous. We've popped over the hill. We did all the hard stuff. Now we're getting the rewards. We've popped out of the bush here to what I call the fairy valley here. You can see the mountains across the way are gorgeous. Then you look up this way, this is the draw that we follow up over past that mountain there to get to the lake. It's usually a really bright green in the summer, just unbelievable color. So, but it's still cool right now. They're just going up the last of this draw, and along that rock face there is where we'll cross the rocks. Be a little bit scrambly, but nothing serious. So we're getting there, getting close. Well, we come up through that, and this is what you see when you look back. Just wow. Yeah, sorry. Okay, we're just heading up across the boulder field. Gonna try something a little different. I've got a selfie stick, so I'm gonna put it up and see if it gives a better view of what we're gonna be doing here. So here goes. Pick your way through here gingerly.
Gerald through the boulders.
Okay, that's that section. Then we're going to go through kind of a rock chute here coming up. See how that's. Pretty much straight across.
I can't see any markers anymore.
Yeah. There was a cairn over there, but you can't go wrong.
Like there's a marker right there.
Yeah. But there was a cairn. Stay below that big rock.
Okay, below?
Below it, yeah. Right where Penny's going.
These views are not flaky at all. I just flaked off. What's that?
Just right straight across.
Yeah. Gorgeous view with that side angle too, eh?
Should look good on this.
Oh yeah. It will. Yeah, the trail's right here. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And there's a marker. Landing 180 degrees, Prince George.
So now you can see Mark and Mount Robson in the same view. Okay. Just a little more video here. So there's Mount Robson. I believe one of them in behind is the Cinnamon Peak. But those two over there, I'm pretty sure, are Chown and Bess. The white ones in the background, where we were when we were on the Blueberry Trail. So it's interesting to see it from this perspective, being up. When we get up on top of the ridge over there, we'll probably get a better look at it, and I'll say, oh, I could have waited till then. But anyway, there it is. What do you think, Mark?
Oh, it's sweet. It's
Sweet.
gorgeous.
Yeah, we're just dropping into Bob Lake, and I'm looking. That water's usually right up to the trees. The lake is maybe half the size of what it normally is. It's wild. And I can see Uncle Tom's cabin there in the trees. Get a pretty good view of the lake here in a second. Crazy. I swam in that lake. Now it looks like I barely get my feet wet. Huh. Camped up here in these trees. I've camped down there in those trees. Camped at the cabin. Anyway, that's Bob Lake. Mr. Vovoda going to throw a stick for the dog so the dog can cool off a little bit. Nice. Well, that's enough for now. Okay, we're just coming up to Uncle Tom's cabin. So I've stayed in here. It's a cute little cabin. Haven't been in it in a while now, but let's have a look, see what we think. What do we do here? Okay, this is the inside of Uncle Tom's cabin. Looks just like I remember it. Big enough for 4 people. Some reading books. And it's first come, first serve. But what they would like you to do if you want to use this cabin is stop at the Dunster store and register in their book that you're going to be up here, so somebody else doesn't come thinking that they could use it and not be able to. So I didn't mind staying in here at all. I didn't have any issue with staying in here, so stayed in here 1 or 2 nights, I guess. So beauty. We climbed up above the lake. You can see how the view is up here. Pretty spectacular. There's the cabin just down below. You can probably see it in the trees. And here's the potty. Pooper with a view. Everybody talks about him. Only Dunster can brag about it. They're the champions. Hard pressed to find a better view than that. Hey, Dunster. We're going a little exploration. You see a hole out there in the dried up lake bed. We're going to try and see what that is all about. I have no idea. That's what we saw from back there. Obviously it's a drain. It has to be. I mean, it can't be anything else but a drain.
This sand is just covering the plug.
Yeah, pretty wild and crazy out here. Ah. As we crossed over the saddle in the back, those are the mountains above the Rosh Valley, Rosh River below. Pretty spectacular. When we get up high enough, it'll really be something. We're quite a ways above the lake now, and you can see what we have for a view. Rosh Valley over there.
Just wow. Unbelievable.
You heard Mark, unbelievable it is.
Look at this prospect.
Crazy, crazy peaks over here. Crazy peaks. Look at that.
That's not spectacular.
Absolutely spectacular. Well, just gonna cross the top. Mark's already here, and we'll see what the view is like up here. Looks pretty good. It's pretty good. Whew. Looky there. Great place to spend our time. Wicked. We're gonna head over to the highest point here and have a little bite to eat and a drink and enjoy the view from it. It should be pretty nice. I mean, everything's nice up here anyway. You get in these mountains around McBride, there really isn't a bad place to be, but this one is pretty special. I've been up a multitude of times and it still amazes me when I get here. That view of Mount Robson is incredible. And many of the other peaks that we've been at this year, actually, hiking back on the Blueberry and on the Moose and on the Kakwa, we got into a lot of those peaks back there. Now we're looking at them from a different perspective. It's pretty fantastic. There's the lake down there, cabin. That's where we are, is way above it. At the last point. And this is where we're going to stop and have a little bit of a break.
You want to go to that other piece there? Because then we'll see everything.
So here we are up top. There's the lake and the cabin. I mean, hard pressed to find a nicer hike over in this area than this one. It certainly is something that I really think is special. So I'm not used to that little bit of water, but I guess it's the time of year. It's late in the season. I guess I've never been up here this late. Just before we leave, this is the last look around at the view that we've got up here. time to work our way down and go back home. But what a day. It's fantastic. Well, we're coming down off that peak now and coming into the other side of Bob Lake and working our way back down to the trail to home. Was pretty good views up there for sure. It was worth the climb up to have a look around. And now we'll just dilly-dally, and got lots of time to get back out before dark, so it's perfect for us. Gives us time to do a little exploratory drive to another area that we think that we want to get into. Well, we know we want to get into, and we can see how close we can get to it with a vehicle, so that's going to be nice. Getting down closer to the lake now. Just about finished with what we're doing up here and start to stroll back. Hard to leave. It's pretty spectacular, and certainly had the weather for it today too, to boot. Hard pressed to get that all at once at this time of year, so we'll take it. Okay, we're back at the lake here. Get a different view of what things look like. You can see the cabin across the lake, and see the mountains at the end of the lake. Looks pretty good. Oh, you can even see the potty up there in the mountain. So we come from up on top of that ridge and drop down to the lake, and we're just heading home. Just took a last look around, because once we get up into these trees you won't see anything. So that's the lake behind us there, and yeah, spectacular day for sure. But now it's time to go. Okay, we're crossing the rock facing again, and then we'll be back on the trail. Shouldn't be long, won't take long to cross now, and we'll be heading down. All things going down. Picture of a rock I find kind of intriguing. Taking a lot of pictures of it. Just a little different, like rocks. So there it is for everybody else to have a look at and see if anybody else likes it. Back across the rock slide, and probably one of the last few good looks we're going to see of the mountain. So I'd get a little bit of it. We're going to drop down to that little green draw, the ferry draw down there, and Ferry Valley, and follow it for half a kilometer and back up in the timber, and away we go. Okay, we're back in the valley. Do this little stroll down here, and we get a couple more spots with views coming down through a couple little meadows that are there. From then on, she's going to be timber time down to the vehicle, so we'll enjoy this part of it. Lots of daylight left. We're not in any hurry or anything, so here we go. Yeah, so we're just going to head into the trees. Dog's already gone up, but it's a nice little view just before you do, so I thought I'd get a few seconds of it. As we drop down through these subalpine meadows, we'll get our last views of what's across the valley. So I'm going to just give you a quick look around what you get to see, because this is probably as good a view as you're going to get. So it's probably the last one that I'm going to take up here. So that's what we get to look at. We're back at the lookout. 2 more kilometers to go. We're just sitting here, have something to drink, something to eat, and then we'll head on down. But it's been a beautiful day all day. Sure can't complain of what we got for weather. It was perfect. Mark doing his part to clean up the Dunster trail for the next people, just like he does on every trip we're on. Time for another tree. There was only a few of them on the trail, and Mark said he wants them off the trail before he's done. Didn't feel good about leaving them, so here we go. Okay, we're back from the Dunster Trail at the parking lot. We made Bob Lake and some other stuff. That's number 5 or 6 for me, but it's first for Mark. So what did you think of it?
I thought it was a fabulous trail. Definitely harder than I thought it would be, in the sense of it was really steep the whole way. We start here at an elevation, and it's just mostly elevation the whole way. It's a really slippery trail, a lot of moss and rocks and roots. I loved it. The views once you get up to the viewpoint and higher, fabulous. The lake, great. Cabin, the ridgeline is all just absolutely world-class views on both sides, and I love it.
Come back again another time?
We'll be coming back, yep.
Perfect. Thank you.
To find the Dunster Trail to Bob Lake, you will have to travel east from Prince George through McBride. It's about 28 or so kilometers past McBride towards Jasper. You will come to the Dunster Station Road. You will turn right on the Dunster Station Road, and about 1.5 kilometers down the road, you'll cross over the Fraser River on what is called the Flower Bridge, and it's quite notable. There's local art on the bridge with flowers on it, so you will know you're in the right place. From here, you will travel about 3.5 kilometers, and you will come to a point where you have to turn left or right, and you will turn left towards the Dunster store. From here, you will travel only a very short distance and quickly turn right onto the Pepper Pit Road. And on the Pepper Pit Road, it's about 2 kilometers to the trailhead to go to Bob Lake. Thanks for joining me on my trek to Bob Lake on the Dunster Trail. As you now know, this is one of the most beautiful hikes in the Robson Valley, and everybody should check this one out. Just a reminder again, if you want to stay in the cabin, do check in at the Dunster store and leave your name in the ledger down there so that people are aware that the cabin is being used. Be prepared for a strenuous but beautiful day up there. You will not be disappointed up there for sure. I want to remind everyone again that this is a steep and slippery trail, so do wear a good footwear that you're comfortable with. If you're wanting to get up there before winter comes, you better do it soon. It's high country, and no doubt the snow will be up there very shortly. The community of Dunster keeps this trail open and cleared and in great shape, and they also keep the cabin stocked, so kudos to them. Thank you very much. I'm sure you've heard the enthusiasm I have for this particular trail. I hope you enjoyed the video of the piece of country it's on as much as I enjoy going there. Thanks again for coming along, and we'll catch you on the next one.